Hello, we're here to just quickly chat about AstroYoga. So astrology and yoga together. I've been studying astrology for many years, yoga for many years, and I've always integrated them into my life. But I've never, I've gradually been integrating my teachings and when I'm teaching, but I've decided to make it part of the trainings as well. Because they actually do work so closely together. And if you go right back to the Vedantas and the Vedas, they worked with astronomy, they worked with astrology. So as much as yoga and astrology, they're both different subjects of study and practice, there's so many similarities. So they work on common principles of elements, chakras, and energy. So astrology is a little bit like the sister discipline of yoga. We know that Ayurveda is the sister science of yoga. This is a sister discipline. So they're both really useful tools in daily life, and they're coming back from so many thousands years ago, and they give us an understanding, a deeper understanding of ourselves, others, and the world around us. So we work with the synchronization of the sun and the moon as well. So Hatha Yoga does too, the sun and moon. So ancient yogis, they knew that Ida and Pingala align our bodies with the sun and the moon, and they attune us with all of creation. So, and there's so many features of astrology that are similar to the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali as well, which mention yoga chitta vritti nirodha, the cessation of the fluctuation of the mind stuff. So yoga helps us to bring our impulses under control, and it helps us bring more awareness about our structural behavior. So we can redefine happiness, so the search of which is kind of defines much of our human lives. So we, like our mobile phones, trying to connect to, 5G, 4G, whatever G we are, we're searching for this connection that's more permanent rather than temporary. So yoga teaches us how to tame the mind, and this is practically impossible to do without reorientating it towards something higher. Okay, so this is about, a better alternative. So connecting to a higher signal that lives in the heart. So what is this link with astrology? So come back to Chitta, Vritti, Nirodha, and the turnings of the mind. So you're looking at the Sanskrit word vritti. It's shared in common with the Greek language. And in Greek, it refers to the turnings of the planets in the sky. I used to speak fluent Greek. Did you know that? When I was very young, I used to live in Athens. Can't speak Greek anymore. Anyway, it's not important. So so the turnings of the planets in the sky. The planets are always moving. The mind is always moving. So with yoga leading to the cessation of the fluctuation of the mind stuff, it's not meant to be the same as astrology. It's more like astrology helps us to understand our minds better, and not to get caught up with the dramas of our life. So astrology gives us like a map of the psyche and the soul, showing that what we're experiencing in this particular body, it can go as far as depicting your dharma, your gifts, your challenges. This is my unveil your dharma stuff. And the planets follow predictable cycles, just as all of the ecology on this planet does, following the principle of the resonance between the microcosm and the macrocosm, as above, so below. So when we look at how the planets are positioned and moving through the sky, we're seeing something of a mirroring of where we're at. So an astrological chart is basically an artificial photo of the sky as if frozen in time, showing where all the planets are at a given moment, for example, your birth date, and showing us a unique point in time and space which we find ourselves in, and a sense of where our lives are heading. So astrological charts, they present us with a symbolic mirroring of where we're at. So it's important to also have a symbolic attitude towards astrology. So it's about, astrology helps us see and understand our karmic tendencies. so we can live our lives with a little more wisdom, so we can transmute some of our karmic stuff as well. The planets are all archetypes, a bit like when I work with goddesses, the gods and goddesses, the deities. We're not praising to a specific god. We're connecting to the specific energy that's already resides within us. We do this with the planets, and where your planet is in your chart can represent your behavior or how your life may pan out. But this is like not going to be set in stone, like this is, you're like going to have a terrible life. My chart is full of squares. You could look at that and go, oh my God, she's going to have a terrible life. Yes, it's been challenging, but challenging also means interesting, and challenges also give you an opportunity to evolve. If you've got lots of trines in your chart, you can have a nice little easy life, but it's going to be more trickier for you to evolve in this lifetime because there's less ups and downs and challenges, and it's not going to be so interesting. So you can look at the way the planets are and choose how to do your planets. Okay, so you can choose how to practice according to the season. So it's Leo season, so we work with the heart and Leo and the sun. Or you can work with the transits of where the transits are in your life right now, or the transits right as they are just now. So Mars is in Virgo right now, so it's all we're having to like get things done, but do it in a very practical way, you know, in less of a theory way, and if it was in Mars and Aries. So it's really about, you can work with that, or you can look at your own natal chart and go, right, I want to work with this. Each planet also refers to also correlates to body parts and also to the chakras. So I'm going to teach you in AstroYoga how to incorporate yoga, astrology into your life, into your practice, change your life forever. It's very nice indeed.